It's fast and furious with very little room for error. One wrong move and riders could end up in the tropical foliage that lines the course. It's rider against the clock. Competitors are fearless in their quest to capture the ultimate prize. The downhill course has been described as the cutting edge of course design, specially built for these titles. It's a tough 2.5 kilometre journey that's got everything. Technical sections, speed and jumps all set in a tropical location. Waiting to start her journey is Caroline Chasson. She's rated the most talented rider in the world today. The Frenchwoman has never lost a world title, but it's the three-time junior champion's duel with Lee Donovan, which may provide the race highlight.
Faut voir, ça va être dur. Elle est très motivée après sa victoire en Coupe du Monde. Mais moi, elle me motive aussi parce qu'elle m'a pris cette victoire et je ferai tout pour qu'elle ne me prenne pas non plus le maillot de champion du monde.
And Caroline Chasson, the 20th fastest qualifier, but there's no doubt that she'll be among the medal contenders.
And as we see her go into the mid-wind switchback to the top of the course, it's not difficult to see why. She's very strong, smooth and confident around the turns, and this is her favourite part of the course.
Chasson looking very good and no mishaps, unlike 2 days ago when she crashed around this part of the mountain, injuring her shoulder. In fact, she received painkillers before making her way down the mountain today.
We can see her now dropping into the high-speed gear line section of the course, where her speed is going to touch 50 kilometres per hour.
Australia's best performer, Katrina Miller, preparing for her start, but it's Chasson making her way down the mountain. Hard to believe that in her first season in the senior ranks, she is rated one of the best in the world.
And on the technical course, she's in her element. The big question here, of course, has she done enough in the technical top section to make it down the pedalling lower section of the course, where she's not quite so much in her element? Before the race, I spoke to her, and she said she wasn't too happy about her prospects here because of the amount of pedalling in the lower section of the course.
Chasson showing all the talent and skill and working a very even line, coming into the fastest part of the course from the bridge to the finish line. Normally takes 10 seconds. It'll certainly be the fastest time so far today.
Pushing a big gear too and getting every bit of speed down.
Well, that is a fantastic time, up to 35 seconds faster than the previous best. Also suffering an injury today was Katrina Miller. She's making her way down the mountain, and look at her go. She's overtaken the rider in front of her. A tremendous performance from Miller, but I'm not too sure if it'll top the time set by Chasson.
To be honest, I'd be very surprised if anybody topped the time set by Chasson today.
Next to start is Italian rider Giovanna Bonazzi, a very consistent downhiller, and she really shouldn't be discounted today.
No, that's right. Bonazzi's name was mentioned by several of the riders as a likely candidate for indeed the win today.
Katrina Miller finishing, but well off the pace, as you can see there. 6 minutes and 4 seconds, 36 seconds behind Chasson's time. Meantime, Bonazzi makes her way down the course. Very strong competitor.
And Bonazzi exits a 240-degree corkscrew bend, going into the second set of switchbacks on the course. Formerly a ski instructor, Bonazzi still continues her exploits on the snow, and Chasson's looking worried at the bottom. Mostly worried, I think, about Lee Donovan, who's just about to start her run. And we can see Bonazzi coming down now out of Cassowary Creek along the punishing finishing straight with this 250 metres of sheer hard pedalling. You can see her, she's starting to tie up already. Her legs are getting full of lactic acid. Her legs are feeling heavy. You can see the expression on her face. She's hurting as she goes over the bridge into the finishing straight.
Well, it won't be the best time of the afternoon, but Bonazzi is certainly in there with a chance to pick up a medal.
It's going to be a great time for Bonazzi. Bonazzi in at second place at 5:39.37.
And she is exhausted, the Italian. But here is the moment that we've been waiting for. A lot of the people down the mountain have been waiting for Lee Donovan, the reigning queen of mountain bike racing. She has the grace of a dancer and the vitality of a BMX rider. Lee Donovan has excelled in both. A confident all-rounder, Donovan is keen to prove last year's title win was no flash in the pan.
If I don't go down on the top, I think maybe Saturday will be a good day.
Well, Lee's preparation for this particular event was hardly ideal. She had a bout of flu when she arrived in Australia, spent a few days in bed, didn't get much training on the course, not nearly as much as she would have liked, so she's rather hoping that things go very well for her today, but she's not certain by any means.
Go, Lee. Up, 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 up. Go get up.
I must say though, Mike, she's looking very good so far.
Lee Donovan has hit the highest speed going down the mountain of all the riders, and if anybody can come close to matching the performance of Chasson, it's this lady from California in the United States.
And I'm not surprised that Lee hit the highest speed coming down the course, 51.5 kilometers per hour. She's one of the fittest riders on the circuit. Formerly trained as a dancer, she's always paid a great deal of attention to the physical condition. And news will have reached the bottom now about Donovan's interval time, which is almost identical to Chasson's, and there she is. She's had the news, she's worried. And this is the part of the course where Donovan's fitness can really be a big advantage to her. Whereas Chasson's a great technical rider, Donovan's a fantastic pedaler and good technical rider. I think this is going to be a really close run, Mike.
As we saw the tension just too much for Chasson. I don't think she's ever been in this situation before in her career. Here comes Donovan now, 10 seconds before the finish. Can she crack the mark that Chasson has set?
5:20 now, 5:21. The time beat is 5:27. Donovan may do it, she may do it. Across the finish line, Donovan in second place. 5:27.76. She's off the pace by, look at the margin.
Once a wild New York street kid, Missy Giove has changed her ways. These days, she represents the consummate athlete.
You know, I'm a consistent mud rider, and I'm probably one of the top mud riders. And I like it in the dry, too. So it really, to me, doesn't matter. It's pretty hairy, though.
And Giove, the 1994 world champion, reigning World Cup champion, is on a roll right now. She's won the final 2 rounds of the 1996 World Cup. She said time and time again how much this course suits her. A little mistake there, just dabbing the left foot down. She won't be happy about that. As she gets through the switchbacks. Now look at the style of Giove here. One of the strongest, most aggressive riders on the circuit. Last year I've been in a race where she fell, broke bones in her hand, got up, next day she was out racing again. I think when it comes to toughness, Giove's hard to beat.
Well, Giove knows exactly what time to beat. At this stage of the race, though, the split time is 1 second slower than that of Chasson. She's the last rider down the mountain, and of course the last at having an opportunity at taking the gold medal. She really is going at lightning pace to catch up and try and keep up with the time set by Chasson. Now winding her way up to the fastest part of the course.
And Missy, like Lee Donovan, is one of the fittest riders on the circuit. Although she told me lately that having had her seasons in past racked by injury, what she's really aiming to do this year is finish the season injury-free.
Donovan and Chasson wondering what colour medal they'll be receiving after Giove's run. The rainbow jersey hinging on the success of this ride. The American winding up now, up over the Kasawari run, approaching the final straight. Will it be bronze, silver or gold for Giove? I think she's just slightly behind the time. Let's have a look at it.
And once again, Giove has a chance. It's 24, it's 25, it's 27, it's 28. And ladies and gentlemen, Giove goes into 3rd place behind Lee Donovan, and Caroline Chasson strikes for gold today.
Gutsy performance there by Missy Giove. Lee Donovan put in a thrilling finish, but the championship of the world goes to the Frenchwoman.
You know, to hand over the rainbow jersey to Anne Caroline, it's an honor. I think I personally believe she's the top woman in the sport, and she's brought our racing to a new level, and I just feel fortunate to be as close as I was to her.
J'ai encore du travail, là je gagne avec très peu d'avance, j'ai l'habitude de gagner avec plus d'avance. J'ai 18 ans, j'espère que j'aurai encore beaucoup d'autres titres. Il me reste encore la Coupe du Monde à avoir. J'ai un peu perdu cette année en fin de saison. J'espère garder ce maillot maintenant le plus longtemps possible.
So at last, a smile on the face of Anne-Caroline Chasson. Last year she was denied entry to the world title. Not so this year, the winner by just 18 hundredths of a second over Lee Donovan. with Missy Jovi taking the bronze medal. The 1996 women's downhill champion, Anne-Caroline Chasson.